Take note, please.
Yes, Mr. Romano.
Witness reminded of the oath, my
Yes, sir, thanks.
Constable, do you know the parents of accused number 4?
abazali bakaMangalo wesine uyabazi? I don't know them.
Is it correct that in your evidence in chief you told this court that he has a brother by the name of Mtho?
Uke wakusho lokho phambilini umshuthi makabuza imibuzo ukuthi unomfowabo okumthoko.
Yebo.
Yes.
How do you know that that person is his brother?
Wazi kanjani ukuthi lo muntu umfowabo?
Uma umuntu ekutshelile ukuthi lo umfowabo kabani, ngithathe njengoba bengitshelile ukuthi umfowabo kabani.
I took it from the word of the person that told me that this is the brother to so and so.
Who told you that?
Ngubani owakutshela kanjalo?
Ugwabini ngangibuye.
It was Gwabini himself.
I'm instructed by accused number 4, Mr. Mapisa, that he does not have a brother by the name of Mtho.
Umangalo wesine ke ungitshela kanjalo ukuthi yena akanaye ubhuti okanye umfowabo okungumthoko.
Ngeke ngize ngiphikise uyena owazi abakubo.
I wouldn't dispute that. He is the one that knows his family members.
He further instructs me that he knows of 2 of his brothers. The first one is Lindelani Mapisa, who died on who died in November 2019.
Uthi ke amaziyo ke uLindelani Mapisa owashona ngoNovember 2019.
Okay.
Okay.
And his younger brother is Sakile Mapisa, born in 1995. He does not have a brother by the name of Mtho. He denies that at all.
Uthi ke omncane ubhuti wakhe uSakhile ozalwe ngo1995. Akekho lona ke okuthiwa umthoko okuyena umfowabo. Uthini ke la?
Ngeke ngize ngiphikise kulokho.
I cannot disagree with him on that very point. He knows his family members or his relatives.
Let us go to photo 47 of Exhibit S.
Asiye ku photo 47, Exhibit S.
Do you know a person who was taking that photo?
Uyamazi obeyithatha
On
lesi
page
sithombe?
47 of Exhibit S.
Uyamazi?
Angimazi.
No, I don't know him.
Yet you were present when the photo was taken.
Kodwa bukhona ngenkathi uthatha lesi sithombe.
Ngeke ngazi akangitshelanga ukuthi uyangishutha.
I wouldn't
Ngazi
know.
ukuthi ubani futhi wayishutha.
I wouldn't know. He or she didn't tell me that he was taking the photograph. And I didn't know that I was being photographed as well.
I'm instructed by Mr. Mapisa that the person who was taking a photo was Mabungu Nduli. Mabungu Nduli is depicted on page 23 of Exhibit S.
Uthi ke umangalo lesine lo muntu obethatha isithombe uMabhungu Ntuli. Kanti ke uyena ke ovelela ku page 23 ye Exhibit S.
Do you know a person who is depicted in that photo on page 23 of Exhibit S, the one who is standing next to accused number 3?
Uyamazi lo muntu?
Angimazi. Ngizokhuluma ngaye.
I don't know him. I will not say anything pertaining to that person.
I'm instructed by the accused, that is accused number 4, Mr. Mapisa, that is Mabungu Nduli. Mabungu Nduli is a person who was taking a photo at page 47 of Exhibit S.
Ummangalelwa wesine uthi nguye lona uMabhungunduli ome eduze nommangalelwa wesithathu. Uyena-ke obethatha lesi sithombe page 47. Ilokhu akushoyo wena uthini?
Angazi nokuthi sithathe nini ngasiphi isikhathi abangitshelanga so ngeke ngize ngibe nolwazi ukuthi ubani beshoot.
I don't know as to when was this photograph taken, at which stage. Therefore, I wouldn't even know who was the person that was taking the photograph. I wasn't aware that the photograph was being taken.
I'm further instructed by accused number 4 that that photo was taken at Lesedi. Lesedi is in Fosloras, next to Lesedi shopping center in Fosloras.
Leso sithombe sathathwa khona laphana-ke eLesedi kwindawo eseFosloras eseduze-ke shopping center seLesedi. Yilokho kushiwo ummangalelwa wesine.
Ngeke ngize ngiphawule ngaso. Angazi sasithathwa ubani ngayiphi ifoni.
I wouldn't comment on it. I don't know who was taking this picture, using which phone.
I'm further instructed by the accused, that is accused number 4, that on the day when that photo was taken, he had been there at Lesedi in Fosloras to visit the owner of the VW Polo Playa, which is depicted on page 47 of Exhibit S. The Polo belonging to Ngamuza Gumede from Tubatuba.
Uthi-ke ube lapha eLesedi ummangalelwa wesine ngaleso sikhathi kuthathwa le sisithombe kanti-ke eye khona laphayana-ke kuNgamuza kanti-ke le moto lena-ke okuyi-polo player yakhe lowo muntu loyo-ke abebeye kuye eLesedi.
Angiyazi imoto ukuthi kabani futhi angazi nababe kuye eLesedi. Ngengikwazi ukuphawula ngalokho anginalwazi lalokho.
I don't know who the vehicle belongs to and who they had gone to visit at Lesedi or in Lesedi, so I cannot comment.
I'm instructed by accused number 4 that you were not there, you were not at Lesedi when that photo was taken by Mokgoatlheng.
Uthi ummangalelwa wesine wena ubungekho lapho eLesedi ngenkathi uMokgoatlheng ethatha lesi sithombe.
Usakhuluma ngasiphi isithombe ngalesiya? Angikho vele kuso, angazi ngikhumbula ngibona
Page
ngaleso.
47.
Sikhuluma ngalesi-ke.
Page 47.
Page 47 of Exhibit S.
Ukuthi bengekho mina.
Yes, you were not there.
Yes.
Kusho uye.
Is it what accused number 4 says?
Yes, those are my instructions.
Usho njalo-ke ummangalelwa wesine ukuthi wena ubungekho uMabhungu makathatha lesi sithombe esila ku-47.
Mina ngangikhona njengoba ungibona nje kuleso sithombe.
I was there, as you can see me in that picture.
Accused number 4 further instructs me that since you are saying in your evidence that the person who is cut, who is depicted wearing a brown top and a brown pair of trousers, that person is Mansizwane Kanyile, not you.
Mathizwane Kanyile.
Mansizwane Kanyile.
Uthi lo muntu-ke ovela kulesi sithombe ovele kancane lapho-ke nguye-ke uMathizwane Kanyile akusiwena.
Angazi noma uphika mina ngikhona ukuthi angiyiboni. Mina ngiyayibona kodwa khona.
Are you questioning me and saying that I don't see myself, yet I can see myself?
Is it correct that in your evidence in chief you told this court that the person who is standing behind the motor vehicle was accused number 2 before court?
Ubufakazi bakho-ke lobo wabutshela-ke enkantolo ukuthi ummangalelwa-ke lo wesibini uyena-ke ovele lapha emva kwale moto ngenkathi umshushisi ebuza imibuzo. Ngabe kwaba ibona ubufakazi bakho?
Njengoba ngishilo ukuthi angemboni kahle ukuthi ubani, ngeke ngikwazi ukuqinisekisa ukuthi ubani.
As I have said, that I cannot see who this person, or I cannot clearly see who this person is. Therefore, I cannot commit myself as to who this person is.
All right, but I'm telling you now that you told this court in your evidence in chief that that person who is depicted there was accused number 2.
Ngabe kuyiqiniso wena washo kanjalo ngenkathi umshushisi ekubuza imibuzo ukuthi lo muntu lona ovela kulesi sithombe ngasemuva lapho ufake ikhepha ummangalelwa wesibini washo kanjalo yini?
Mina ngisho kanjalo.
Wakusho yini?
uma ukuthi ngoshilo angikhumbula ukuthi ngoshilo kodwa engikwaziyo uma ukuthi ngoshilo maybe ngangambonanga ukuthi ubani.
Well, if I had said that it was accused number 2, perhaps I didn't clearly see, or I didn't see who that person was.
But you said it without any hesitation that that person was accused number 2.
Kodwa ke bekungekho ukungabaza uma usho ukuthi lona umangalelwa wesibili.
Kuze ngizosho njalo mhlambe mangibuka into abeyigqokile bese ubuka ukuthi mangikhumbula kahle isigqoko wayengasigqokanga ikepisi uma afika.
Well, perhaps I ended up saying that because of what he was clad with. However, he was not wearing a cap at the time of my arrival there. I could have said that.
I'm instructed by the accused, that is accused number 4, that that person who is standing behind the vehicle is himself, that is accused number 4, and not accused number 2.
Is it the instructions of accused number 4?
Yes, that the person who is standing there behind the vehicle or on the side of the vehicle, it's him, that is accused number 4.
Umangalelwa wesine uthi lo muntu ome ngapha ngasemuva kwaleyo moto nguye umangalelwa wesine uyena usho kanjalo.
Ngiyajabula ukuthi ngabe uma ukuthi kusho njalo uyangikhumbuza ukuthi wayekhona naye shoni.
I'm happy if that is what he says, because he is now reminding me that he was also there as well.
He instructed me further that on that day he was wearing an Adidas cap. As we can see, that person is wearing a cap. He was wearing an Adidas cap.
Uthi ke ube egqoke i-cap ye-Adidas njengoba lo muntu ovelela kulesi sithombe egqoke i-cap. Uthi ubefake i-cap ye-Adidas.
Ngeke ngize ngimphikise kulokho ukuthi begqokeni ngiyambona nolapha esithombeni ufake iCape ye-Adidas ifethi uye why kumele ngimphikise.
I cannot dispute that, because even myself I can see clearly that the person that is depicted in that picture is wearing an Adidas cap. So if he says that it was himself wearing the Adidas cap, I cannot dispute that.
He further instructs me that he also had or wearing a Daniel Hedger jacket.
Uthi ubefake ne jacket ye Daniel Head.
Okay.
Okay.
He also had a Daniel Hedger pair of trousers.
Ne
Okay.
Daniel Hedger blue khona.
Okay.
Okay.
He also instructs me that he was wearing a Lacoste pair of boots.
Ubefake ke ne icathulo ke okanye amaboots we Lacoste.
Okay.
Yebo.
He instructs me that the person depicted with accused number 3 on on page 9 of exhibit S is himself in the company of accused number 3, wearing the same clothing that I had referred to.
Uthi ke uyena ke lo mlisa ke uno accused number 3. Ngoke lezo impahla ke ebengitshela ngazo.
On photo 9.
Go photo 9 lapho uyambona.
Yeah, babona babonakala kahle.
Can we go
Mangalelwa
to photo
wesine.
9?
I can see that it is not clear. They are not clear.
Yeah, it's sorry. The clear photo is photo 175. It's at page. I'm sorry, at page 175.
Sibheke ku 175 isona ke sithombe. Esithe ugama.
Piece of this photo 175. It will just form part of Exhibit S.
page 175 of Exhibit S is clear than the other pages. It says, when a photo on page 47 was taken by Mabongo Nduli, he was wearing this very same clothing that are depicted on page 175 of Exhibit S.
Uthi ke ubeloku egqoke lezi impahla ke njengoba ke kubonakala lapha ku photo 47 ubeloku egqoke zona ke njengoba kuvela nalana ke ku photo number okanye ku page 175.
Ngiyambona ugqoka into efanayo.
I can see that he's wearing the same clothing items.
I'm further instructed by accused number 4, Mr. Mapisa, that he never traveled in an Uno motor vehicle or a VW Polo Playa, red in color. I'm instructed by Mr. Mapisa that he never traveled in an Uno motor vehicle or in a VW Polo Playa, red in color.
Uthi uBamapisa kazange yena kahambe ngayo leyo uno ebomvu umbala okanye yona leyo polo play.
Uma ngikhumbula kahle nje ngizwe ngawe manje ukuthi uye wayelapha cishe kule Apollo. Mawuyibona lapha.
If I remember well, I was told by yourself that or by you that he is the one that is depicted in the picture who's standing behind that red motor vehicle.
But I think it is you who is not listening. What I said to you earlier on was that the person standing behind the VW Polo Playa is accused number 4, Mr. Mapisa.
Wena mhlawumbe ungazwanga kahle ngithe umuntu ome emva kwaleyo VW Polo Playa nguye uBabu Mapisa.
He was there at Lesedi in Phosphorus to visit the owner of the VW Polo Playa.
Ube lapho ke eFoslores lapho eLsedi ukuyovakashela ke umnini wale moto iVW Player.
Ngalesikhathi imela.
At the time that it was now standing here as depicted in this picture,
Yes, he was there on that day to visit the owner.
Uthi ube lapho yebo.
He never traveled in the VW Polo Playa.
Ube khona lapho kodwa akazange ahambe ngaleyo moto kanye. Ube ngekho ngaleyo moto. Uma imoto ke idriver ubengekho yena ngaphakathi kwayo.
Angaze ngisho futhi naye ukuthi ngihambe naye.
I didn't even say that I was in the same company with him as we were traveling with his vehicle.
So the person whom we referred as Mtogo, the brother of accused number 4, is the one who traveled in that motor vehicle.
Umuntu ohambe ngale moto lena nguyena obe khona ngaphakathi kwale moto ngumthobo.
Uma ukhumbula kahle ngithe ngeke ngibakhumbule bonke ababe khona phakathi.
If you remember
Kodwa
well,
uMthoko ngiyamkhumbula ngoba naye ngahamba naye futhi
ube khona emotweni. If you remember well, I said that I will never remember or I cannot remember all the people that I was in the company of. However, Mtogo was also there.
When you were being cross-examined by my colleague, Advocate Simnisi, you said there was Mtogo, accused number 3, Gadla, the driver of the vehicle, and there was another occupant in the vehicle, and yourself. Is that what you said?
Washo kanjalo ukuthi washo kanjalo ukuthi kwakhona ke
Gadla
uGadla
nabanye
umshayeli wale moto
noMthoko wakuba omunye lo athena kusiye ubhuti wakuba ngithi
noMthoko kanti nomunye ke owaye ngaphakathi. Yes, there was as well Mthoko as well, which he says that he is not related to him.
When that photo was taken, that is at page 47 of Exhibit S, where was Mtogo, the brother of accused number, where was Mtogo, the alleged brother of accused number 4, when that photo was taken?
Makuthathwa lesi sithombe uMthoko ube kuphi lo okuthiwa ke ubhuti kalo umangalelo wesini.
njengoba usushilo ngikhumbula ukuthi ubani wayethatha isithombe ukuthi uMophisa lo ume ngale ngemuva ukuthi wayenzani ngeke ngibe nolwazi ukuthi babenzani bekhuluma kuphi or omunye wayekhuluma nobani enzani ngeke ngibe nolwazi lalokho ngangabagadile ukuthi ubani ukhuluma nobani ubani wenzani.
I was not keeping an eye on everybody. I cannot tell as to who was doing what, who was talking to who. as it is said, as I had said earlier, that I don't even know who took the pictures and at what stage was the picture taken. Since it is said that it is accused number 4 that is depicted in that picture, I don't have a knowledge of all that.
I'm going to repeat the question again for your benefit. The question that I've posed to you is, the brother, the alleged brother of accused number 4, where was he when that photo at page 47 of Exhibit S was taken by Mokgoatlheng Nduli?
Ube kuphi-ke umthoko lo okuthiwa-ke umfokabo mangalelwa wesine ngenkathi kuthathwa lesi sithombe ube kuphi?
Njoba ngishilo ukuthi umuntu ovele lapha abavele lapha ngeke ngithi ubani ukhona or ungaphambili uphambi kwemonto ngibona isithombe ngisibonayo nabantu engibabona kuleso sithombe ukuthi omunye wayishutha noma wayime ngemuva kwami ngeke ngikwazi ukukhuluma ngalokho
As I
anginalwazi
have
ngalokho.
already indicated that I cannot say who all are on the picture. Safe to say that I can see the picture. There's people that I can see that are depicted in the picture. As to whether were the people in front or behind the vehicle, that I cannot say. As to who was taking the pictures as well, at what stage, that I cannot say.
So you cannot say where was the alleged brother of accused number 4 when the photo was taken?
Angeke usho-ke ukuthi umthoko ube kuphi ngenkathi kuthathwa lesi sithombe.
Njengoba ubona la emontweni sasu5 kodwa abantu abavele lapha bayi4.
Now,
Ngeke ngize ngibe nolwazi ukuthi omunye wayekuphi enzani.
as it is depicted on the picture depicts 4 people here, and there were 5 of us that were occupying the vehicle. I don't know where the other one was and what was he doing during the time.
Constable, I'll ask you to confine yourself to the questions that I'm posing to you. Time is not with us.
Ngizocela-ke ukuthi wena uzame-ke ukuyithiba ekutheni-ke uphendule lo mbuzo-ke onikezwa wona okanye ubuzwa wona.
Do you know who was the driver of that VW Polo Playa?
Uyamazi-ke ukuthi uyazi ukuthi ngubani obeshayela le moto i-VW player?
Anginalwazi lakho.
I do not have the knowledge. I do not have the knowledge of that. I don't know him.
Do you know why the vehicle had to park there?
Uyazi ukuthi isizathu esenza ukuthi le moto ipake la kwaba yisiphi?
Anginazo. Angazi.
I don't know why this vehicle had to park there.
Where were you seated in the vehicle?
Kahle kahle emotweni kuhleli kuphi wena kwesiphi isihlalo?
Uma ngikhumbula saya eTops ngangihleli ku left ngoba ngangihleli ngayigcineni.
Emuva phambili.
It's left emuva.
If I remember well, on our way to Tops, I was seated on the left-hand side of the rear seat, just next to the door panel of the vehicle.
Who were the other occupants of the back seat?
Obani-ke abebehleli ngasemuva?
Yibo labo engibasho ukuthi sasibaningi ngangengedwa emotweni.
Ngasemuva emotweni.
Ngeke ngikwazi ukuqinisekisa ukuthi ubani wayeseduze kwami ubani wayengale angikhumbula ukuthi sasihleli kanjani.
I cannot be sure as to who was seated next to me and the other one that was seated on the far right. I cannot ascertain that.
I'm instructed by the accused, that is accused number 4, that the person who is wearing a red jacket is Celimpilo Ndawonde.
Celimpilo.
Yes, Celimpilo Ndawonde.
Lona ofake ijacket ebomvu ubuya ngommangalelwa wesine uCelimpilo Ndawonye.
Okay?
Yebo.
From that spot where that photo was taken, at page 47 of Exhibit S, where did the motor vehicle proceeded to?
Ukusuka lana-ke kule ndawo njengoba ivela kulesi sithombe imoto le ebomvu iye yaya kuphi mayisuka la.
Ngeke ngibe nolwazi ukuthi imoto ayisuke ikhumbula masisuka sasiphuma siya eTops kodwa masibuya nga straight besambe sima njengoba sambe sima. Ngangahambi ngibheka ukuthi sime kuphi kwistrate esunamba bani ngangenza imanotha lokho. Sasihamba nje mabe mabanye beqhamela siyama nje.
Now, when we were on our way to Tops, I remember that we were together. We drove from wherever we were initially, and then we drove to Tops. But upon our return, the vehicle was stopping at several stops. At times, others would allow the vehicle to go and urinate, and so I was not recording particular spots that we would stop at on our way back from Tops.
But Did you eventually return to Hostel's hostel?
Niye nagcina senibuyele khona ehostel.
Nakanjani sibuyele khona?
Precisely so we went back there.
At what time did you arrive?
Nafika ngubani isikhathi ehostel?
Ngeke ngize ngikwazi ukutshela isikhathi sewungqoko singangabhekile isikhathi ukuthi manje seku 10:04 sesiyangena ehostel 10:04 nganganalo ulwazi lokuthi
I
kuzokwenza
cannot give you the exact time as to what time we returned to the hostel or what time we would stop at a particular spot. I cannot say that it was 10:04 or just give you an exact time. I can't.
I'm instructed by accused number 4, Mr. Mapisa, that when that photo at page 9 of Exhibit S was taken, he was at sprayed in Mokgoatlheng, Mazibuko Hostel.
Othi ke uma lesi sithombe
ngeke ngicommente ngasa ngazi babe sithatha kuphi.
eKatlehong, I would not comment on that photograph because I don't know where they were at the time the picture was taken.
Constable, is it correct that in your evidence in chief you told this court that you have 12 years of experience in the South Police Service?
Ngabe ilokho otshela inkantolo ngenkathi umthushi ekubuza imibuzo ukuthi unesipiliyoni seminyaka ewu-12 uyiphoyisa?
Yebo.
Yes.
Is it also correct that you told this court that on the 26th of October 2014 you were on duty?
Watshela inkantolo iqiniso lokuthi nge-26 ka-October 2014 ubusemsebenzini?
Yebo ngangisemsebenzini.
Yes, I was on duty.
Njengoba ngisho ukuthi ngaphuma early ngaya khona.
As I have indicated, I knocked off early. Waphuma early kuphi?
Emsebenzini.
Constable, please
I
don't
knocked off
prejudge the questions that I'm asking you. Seemingly you are distracting me from my cross-examination. Please, I've asked you earlier to stick to the questions that I'm asking you. Please.
Hlala nje kule mibuzo obuzwa yona ungaphokopheleli ezinye okanye eminye imibuzo.
I don't see anything wrong there. The witness is asked as to whether he was on duty. He says yes, but he knocked off early to, to go to the First Lawrence Hostel. It's nothing wrong with that.
I seem to be distracted when the
I mean,
witness...
this answer here, which he gives, that he knocked off early, he was at work, he knocked off early, and then he went to the hostel.
I haven't asked my lord about him knocking off early and going to the hostel. Maybe I was still going to ask that question. Well, hence, I'm asking him to confine himself to the questions that I'm asking him.
So what was your question? Which he didn't confine himself to answering? What was your question?
I asked him, my lord, whether on the 26th of October 2014 he was on duty. Yes. And then he said yes, he was. But he knocked off early.
So what's wrong with it? There's nothing wrong with that answer. Sorry, proceed.
At what time of the day did you resume your duties on the 26th of October 2014?
Uye waqala ukusebenza ngobani isikhathi nge-26 ka-October 2014?
Ngene ngo-8 emsebenzini.
8 in the
Ekseni.
I resumed my duties at 8 o'clock in the morning on the day in question.
When were you going to knock off duty on that day? That is the 26th of October 2014.
Ubuzoshayisa ngobani isikhathi nge-26 ka-October 2014?
Udependa bengiyokwenza ngesikhathi bengikwenza ngakho isikhathi engishayise ngaso ukuthi ngishayise ngabo 12 to 1.
It depends on what I had to do on that day in question. And whatever that I had to do on that day in question, I knocked off about 12. 12 uya ku 1.
Yeah,
What I want to find
Yeah,
out clearly,
12 to 1 o'clock.
your times, you resume your duties at 8.
Uqala ukusebenza ngo-8,
njengoba soshilo.
as you have said.
I mean, normally, you resume your duties at 8.
Uqala ngo-8 ukusebenza njalo.
Bengiqala ngo-8 ngaleso sikhathi.
Yeah,
ngejwayelo.
Yes, and when are you supposed to knock off duty?
Obofanele ukuthi ke ushayise ngoba
njengoba kwakuyi-Sunday kwakudependa ku-event engangiye kuyo nango-11 ngoba ngishayise early
nango-11 kwenzakalani?
ngangashayisi
Okay.
wangenaso
It-
isikhathi ukuthi uma kuphela lokhu kuzophela ngesikhathi esiwuba
All right. It would depend on the event or the activities of the day, because it was on a Sunday. Even at 11 a.m., I would still knock off from duty. So it would depend as to what is it that I was doing on that day in question.
What duties were you doing?
Ubwenzani ke ngalelo langa?
ngicabanga ukuthi ingxenye yamaphoyisa imisebenzi wamaphoyisa
I was doing part of the police duties.
What duties were those?
Eyiphi ke leyo msebenzi yamaphoyisa?
I was attending the event attend the event
I
Attending
was
what?
attending the event. I was attending the event. Uthi ngangiye event.
What events?
Yiphi event?
iphathi imisebenzi ebangithunyelwe kuyo ukuthi ngiye kuyo
Part yomsebenzi.
mangikhumbula kwakusegroundini sport ground kwakune-event eyilapho kwakumele ngiyi-attend
It is the part of the work that I was actually deployed to or sent to. If I remember well, it was at a sporting facility where I was supposed to be a part of that event.
What was happening there?
Kwakwenzakalani lapho?
kwakunomcimbi we-crime prevention
There was a crime prevention function.
When had it started?
Ibiqale ngobani isikhathi?
ngeke ngazi ukuthi biqale ngoba isikhathi kodwa ngicabanga ukuthi biqale ekuseni ngabo-8 ngaba u-past 8 kodwa mina ngifike ngabo-8
I wouldn't know the exact time
qale
that
estation
it
aya
started
khona
with. I wouldn't know the exact time that it started with. It could have been about 8 o'clock. But I started at the station at 8 o'clock and then I went to that event.
At what time did you arrive at the event?
Wafika ngobani isikhathi khona lapho kwi-event?
angikhumbula isikhathi kodwa mangikhumbula kwakusesekuseni
I cannot remember the time, but if my memory serves me well, it was still in the morning.
At what time did you leave the event?
Wafika ngobani isikhathi khona lapho kuleyo event?
ngoba yashesha yaphela ngicabanga ukuthi ngabo-12 ngabuyela estation ngaya endlini
I should think it was about 12 because it was finished or done early. And wasuka waya station waya ekhaya.
yebo
From there, I proceeded to the police station and then I subsequently went to my home.
Under which unit are you affiliated?
Usebenza ngaphansi kwayiphi unit?
ngaleso sikhathi
Yes, at that
Yeah,
time, on the 26th of
sebenza
October
ku-social crime
2014.
prevention
Social Crime Prevention Unit.
Is it also correct that on that day, the 26th of October 2014, you were allocated the state motor vehicle?
Nge-26 October 2014, wanikezwa imoto yomsebenzi
yebo
kahulumeni. That is correct, yes.
Who was your supervisor?
Supervisor wakho bekubani?
Or your commander?
Ubani ukomanda wakho? Bekubani ukomanda wakho ngaleso sikhathi?
a roll over commander
It was a rollover commander.
or ukhuluma nge-commander who was in charge my supervisor
Oh, that was a question. Or are you referring to my supervisor that was directly in charge of my duties?
Yes,
It's
the
Captain
person
Tifu.
directly in charge
It
of
was-
his duties.
It was Captain Tifo.
So, from the event, which was held at the sport ground, you said you returned to the police station.
Uthi waphindela khona phana e-police station kusuka kuleyo event ebese sports ground.
mangikhumbula kahle yebo kuyodrop ezinye izinto engisuke nazo estation
Yes, if I remember well, to go and drop off some items that I initially took from the station.
From the police station, where did you go to?
Ukusuka e-police station wase uyaphi-ke.
noma ngeke ngikhumbule ukuthi ngayaphi uma ngayanga endlini kodwa ngangazi ukuthi ngiyi-Volstoras emva kwalokho ngasuka
Even-
estation
even-
ngaya endlini uma ngisuka endlini ngeke ngazi ukuthi ngihambe ngayiphi indlela ukusuka straight or ngisuke ngaqala eshop kodwa ngisuke nje ngaya endlini ngasuka endlini ngaye Joburg.
What I mean is that even though I cannot tell as to whether I went straight to home or perhaps I went to a shop before I could go home, but what I know that I had to go to a forced arrest after I had been at my house.
Is it correct that in your evidence in chief, you told this court that Gwabeni had informed you of a person by the names of Mokgoatlheng that you were supposed to pick up at Johannesburg, and you found Mokgoatlheng at Carlton Center in Johannesburg?
Ukuthi ebufakazini bakho uGwabeni wakutshela ngomunye okuthiwa uMakhosoke obufanele ukuthi uyomthatha khona laphana eJoburg. Kwamthola lo Makhosoke eCarlton Center eJoburg.
Yebo.
Yes.
From there, your evidence in chief is to the effect that you then proceeded to Fosnor's hostel.
Ukusuka lapho ke ebufakazini bakho ngenkathi umshusha kubuza imibuzo nase ke niyasuka ke niyahamba niya ehostel eFosnor's.
Yebo.
Yes.
This vehicle that was allocated to you, for which duties were you supposed to conduct using that vehicle?
Le moto wawunikezwe yona kahulumeni ke wawufanele ukuthi uyenze muphi umsebenzi usebenzisa yona le moto.
Kwakuthi umsebenzi engangiwenza ngokuthi ngangiyathende ngayo kwakuyimonto enganginikeziwe engangiyisebenzisa full time.
The very same activity or duties that I had performed on the day in question when I had gone to attend the event, because this was the vehicle that was given to me so that I can attend that event.
Were you authorized to travel with that vehicle to Johannesburg in Carlton Center to pick up Mokgoatlheng?
Wagunyazwa ke ukuthi uthathe le moto kanye uhambe ngale moto ukuya eJoburg ukuyothatha uMakhosoke.
Anginegunya lokuhamba ngayo le monto.
I had the authority to drive with this vehicle.
Is it also correct that Mokgoatlheng is not a member of the South African Police Service? He's a private person. Are you allowed then to use the state motor vehicle to carry private person?
Kuyiqiniso ke ukuthi lo Mokgoatlheng akulona iphoyisa kuwumuntu nje womphakathi kanti ugunyeziwe yini ukuthi ke uyothatha umuntu okungelona iphoyisa khona lapha uthatha uMakhoatlheng.
Njoba sengishilo umsebenzi wami uyangigunyaza ukuthi ngingakwazi ukuthatha omunye umuntu futhi ngivumelekile ukulayisha omunye umuntu welunga lomndeni wami.
Now, as I have already said, that I am authorized to can pick up a person or any other person, even if they are not SAPS, as long as the person is the member of my family.
In your experience, Constable, as a member in the South African Police Services, have you effected arrests?
Usuke wabamba umuntu wena njengoba uyiphoyisa ke usebenze esiphoyiseni uyisipilini sakho?
Ngwaba.
A lot of them.
Is it also correct, Constable, that you, that is yourself, being a member in the South African Police Services, you execute your duties without any fear, favor, and prejudice?
Wena ke nje ngelunga lesiphoyisa uyakwazi ukuthi wenze umsebenzi wakho ngaphandle kokusaba cekela phansi omunye umuntu okanye ke ukumelana okanye ukuseka umuntu othize uzenzela umsebenzi wakho ungasupporti okanye ukufavor umuntu othize.
Yebo, kumsebenzi wami lo.
It is my duties, yes.
Constable, there are provisions in the Criminal Procedure Act 51 of 1977. It is your Bible. You are supposed to know these provisions by heart.
Yeah, bona ke lemibandela ke Criminal Procedures Act 51 ka 1977 kuyiBhayibheli lakho ke lezi ke okanye lemibandela lapho ufanele ke ukuthi uyazi.
I'm going to refer to these provisions for the benefit, for your benefit. It deals with the arrest by peace officers without warrant. The relevant proviso for this cross-examination is going to be Section 40, subsection 1, in bracket, small letter a in bracket, and small letter h in bracket. So those are the only provisions that I'll be referring to for purposes of this cross-examination.
Shuthi yeso sebenzake lemibandela iqhamuka khona laphana kwi section 40 subsection 1 I paragraph A no paragraph H ya leyo ke mibandela eqhamuka khona laphana kule CPA Act. Yazwakala?
Ngizwakele.
Understood?
I'm going to read the section verbatim. Section 40, subsection 1 in bracket provides as follows. A peace officer may without warrant arrest any person, small letter a in bracket, who commits or attempts to commit any offense in his presence.
I-peace officer kusho njalo ke ingambopha ke umuntu owenza ke okanye owenqa umthetho okanye ozama no ukwenqa umthetho ngenkathi yena ekhona khona lapho unelungelo ke lokuthi angambopha lo muntu lo. Uyakuzwa lokho?
Ngikuzwa kahle.
Clearly I can hear that.
Small letter h in bracket reads as follows. Who is reasonably suspected of committing or having committed an offense under any law governing the making, supply, possession, or conveyance of intoxicating liquor, or of dependents producing drugs, or in possession or disposal of arms or ammunition. Close quotation.
Shuthi ke unelungelo negunya lokumbopha umuntu onjalo okuyena ke umuntu ozama noma owenzayo lokwenza mhlambe kube ukuthi uyakhicisa utholakala kuyena ephethe idakamizwa okanye ke asebenziseke nekhali okanye ukuhambisa zona ke ikhali okungekho semthethweni. Uyakuzwa lokho?
Ngiyakuzwa.
I can hear that.
Constable, your evidence in chief is to the effect that you had knowledge that Gwabeni had used a firearm to shoot at Snako. Do you confirm that?
Wena ke ukuya ngobufakazi bakho ke ubukwazi lokho ukuthi uGwabeni ubephethe isibhamu esetshenziswe ke ukudubula uSnako.
Njengoba bengishilo ukuthi isibhamu asisebenzisile nganginolwazi kodwa ngangenalwazi ukuthi usisebenzisa kanjani nobani.
As I have already said that the firearm that he had used, I had the knowledge of that firearm, but as to how he uses that firearm to whom, that is information that I was not privy to or I didn't have knowledge of.
Is it also correct that you refer to the accused, that is accused number 4, as one of his inkani?
Oke wathi ke uma ukhuluma ngomangalelwa wesine wathi uyinkabi.
Igama elithi inkabi bengakaze ngilibize mina.
I had never articulated the name or the word nkabi.
Is it also correct that you had knowledge that accused number 1 was involved in drugs?
Ngabe ke ubukwazi lokho ke ubufakazi bakho ukuthi ubukwazi ke ukuthi lona umangalelwa oqala ube ingxenye yeyidakamizwa kanye.
Ngazile ngaze ngaye.
Yes, I knew about it and from him. That knowledge came from him.
Irrespective of where it came from, but you had knowledge that he was dealing in drugs.
Ukuthi ke yayiqhamuka kubani ke okanye laliqhamuka kubani lolu lwazi kodwa ke ubukwazi kahle ukuthi ube deala ngama drugs.
Obvious mase kutshelile ukuthi ngangiboshwe into efana nale senginolwazi.
Now, it is obvious that after he had related to you that he had been arrested for such and such an offense, you end up having that knowledge.
Is it also correct that you told this court that upon entering in the bedroom, you found accused number 3 in possession of a firearm?
Ngabe kubufakazi bakho ke ukuthi okanye kusobala ukuthi umungena kwi bedroom wathola umangalelo wesithathu ephethe isibhamu. Yes.
What type of a firearm was that?
Ubephethe isibhamu esinjani?
lohlobo lwe-9 millimeter.
It was a 9mm.
You also mentioned that there was a .38 pistol.
Uye wakusho nokuthi kwakukhona-ke ne.38 pistol.
Yebo.
Yes.
Who was in possession of a .38
Ubani
pistol?
obephethe le .38 pistol?
Uma ngifika umuzi wayinikeza uGwabini.
When I got there, Muzi gave it to Gwabini.
Constable, I've highlighted to you the provisions of the Criminal Procedure Act, in particular Section 40 of the CPA.
Ngise ngikubonise-ke ngiye ngakubonisa-ke imibandela-ke ye-Criminal Procedures Act, kakhulukazi-ke u-Section 40 ye-Criminal Procedures Act. Manye amazwi-ke ngixwayisile ngazo.
Having had
Yes.
or have this knowledge, did you do anything?
Sorry, no. Let this go on. Are you aware that a witness like him is not obliged to answer incriminating questions? It's criminal law 1.
In terms of the Constitution,
Yes,
Section 35.
that's it. It's not obliged. The policeman finds, and then if he hasn't arrested a person, if that information can be used to charge him because he has incriminated himself. Do you want to address me on
Yes,
that?
because it was raised on some occasion. I think it was Mr. Ramsey Bele was asking questions. I had to revisit Section 35 of the Constitution.
No, but I'm asking you. What's you? You're counsel now asking the questions.
Yes. It deals with accused, arrested, and detained person. That is Section 35 of the Constitution, not a witness.
So a witness can incriminate himself. Hello, can you bring the toy so that we know what you are talking about? It's towards the end, eh? Witnesses,
Yes.
self-incrimination. Now go to the section of witnesses. What's
Yes.
the end?
I'm on it, my lord.
Okay. Hello.
It's Section 203.
What does it say?
Witness excused from answering incriminating question.
Yeah.
It says, no witness in criminal proceedings shall,
Yes.
except as provided by this act or any other law, be compelled to answer any question which he would not, or on the 30th of May 1961, have been compelled to answer by reason that the answer may expose him to a criminal charge.
Yes, that's how I understand the law. So, what's your view, Mr. Malo?
I was still paging.
Hello?
I was still paging to the provisions. That
Now I read it for you.
Fortunately, I do have my my tutorial. If I can quickly. My understanding, my lord, is that I was at liberty to ask him questions because he's the one who raised these issues. So I'm supposed to cross-examine him. So
So he can self-incriminate himself, is that what you're saying?
not unless if he says it does not
No,
want
but
to
this court
This court,
has to
yes.
see to it that the law is upheld.
Yes.
So I can't let a transgression which this witness is asked to walk into without warning him. Of course, I can tell him that if you want to answer that question, you're at liberty to answer it, but
Yes.
you must know your rights that as a witness, you're not a compellable witness to incriminate yourself. That's what the law says, not me.
Yes. I think he can be forewarned before he answers the questions, if he wants to answer the question.
Mr. Balui, just bring that Because that section is clear. I don't even have a choice.
Thank you.
On the next page, just halfway through the page, there's a nice explanation as to what the position is.
On the next page, paragraph
Just in the
3,
middle,
for instance, it says,
in the middle of the page, there's a reference to a case.
is that the state versus
Yes,
Wade and Bosman.
I think so. Just in the middle of the.
Okay, but you see, paragraph 3 says the privilege against self-incrimination falls away only in respect of the specified offense and the relevant competent finding. If the prosecutor does not specify any of the offense, the privilege remains in place to the full extent. Once an offense has been specified, the privilege can only be claimed in respect of another offense. And then 5(6) it says, someone who wants to invoke the privilege against self-incrimination may not refuse to be sworn in and may only invoke the privilege when the answer to a particular question can incriminate him or her. Then they quote the case of R versus Hitt, 1937. And then, of course, the other one. Is that what you're referring to, sir? You heard what the law says, not what Mokgoatlheng says. So they say it's a complete privilege, blanket privilege. I don't even have to warn him, but just for your notification, you are not obliged or compelled to answer questions which you believe may incriminate you, because you are the person who's answering.
Yes, sir.
That option is exercised by you, but not anybody else, because you, if you incriminate yourself, you shall have been responsible for that self-incrimination. Do you understand that, sir?
Uyakuzwa lokho-ke awuphoqelekanga ukuthi mhlawumbe
Yebo,
ungaphendula
ngiyakuzwa.
ukuthi ukuyikhethela kwakho lokho. Uma ngabe mhlawumbe uyafuna-ke ukuthi uphendule imibuzo ezokwenza ukuthi-ke ekugcineni usuthwa nomthwalo wokwenqa umthetho. I understand that, my lord.
Yes, Mr. Malo, you proceed.
So do you want to answer this question that I've posed you, that you did nothing, you did not effect any arrest, you see persons exchanging firearms in your presence, you don't do anything, being a police member?
Uyafuna ukuphendula lo mbuzo? Naba bantu ba-exchange ibhamu khona laphana, wena uyilunga lephoyisa, akho lutho olenzayo, awubophi muntu ngoba ubona nje kwenqa umthetho ngaleyo ndlela. Uyafuna ukuyiphendula lo mbuzo?
Ungawuphenduli.
May I not answer that question?
From the information or knowledge that you had, did that information inform you that accused number 4, that is Mr. Mapisa, was present at the scene of the murder of Mr. Mayewa on the 26th of October, 2014?
Unalolu lwazi-ke ukuthi ummangalelwa wesine ube khona lapha endaweni yesigameko la kwabulaleka khona-ke uMeyiwa.
Uma ukhuluma ngendawo yesigameko ukhuluma
No.
ehostel la bengikhona noma
Sir,
ukhuluma
Please try to appreciate the question that I'm asking you. From the knowledge or information that you had, did that knowledge or information inform you that Mr. Mapisa was present where the deceased was shot in Phosphorus on the 26th of October, 2014? Yes or no?
Owalithola-ke wena uqhamuka kulolu lwazi-ke ngabe lolu lwazi-ke lwaluthi-ke ubaba uMaphisa ube khona laphana endaweni yesigameko eFosores la kwadutshulelwa khona-ke usenzo Meyiwa.
ngokolwazi lami.
Aye, wait. Mr. Ngumal, don't ask hearsay questions. If you put a hearsay question to this witness, when he answers it, whatever answer he gives, it becomes direct evidence. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Yes, but be warned. You ask this witness whether from the information he had, does he know whether Mapisa shot Senzo?
No, that he was present at the scene.
Yeah.
That is the question that I'm asking from
Information which he could have acquired anyway. That's how broad you're phrasing it. Are you with me?
Yes.
Hmm?
I'm with you.
Yes.
I'm with you.
I'm being fair.
Yes.
So, withdraw that question. Because that hearsay evidence, he could have heard 6 years thereafter. Like Tupac, after 30 years, if you read newspapers, somebody said, yeah, I was there when Tupac was killed in a nightclub in Vegas. And he was arrested and charged with first-degree murder.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, I've heard about that.
that's it. Okay, fine. Yes, Mr. Mamalo?
This information or the source of this information or knowledge, were you the source of this information or somebody else informed you about what you are telling this court?
Yabona lecture inkantolo kuyi information iqhamuka kuwena okanye khona umuntu ke owa akunikeza ke leyo information okanye lolo lwazi.
Iqaleni ulwazi lokuthiwa nginikeza ukhiye, ulwazi olusuka kimi lolo ukuthi uye owanginikeza ukhiye. Akusilo ulwazi olusuka komunye umuntu, uye owanginikeza mina.
Firstly, where the keys are concerned, this is not information that was related to me pertaining the keys. He is the one that gave me the keys himself. No any other person told me that he actually gave me the keys.
When you were traveling in this state motor vehicle, were you traveling alone or there was another police officer who was booked with you to use the vehicle when you were attending the event at the sports field?
Mauya kule event ebekwi sports field usebenzisa le moto yombuso wawuhamba wedwa wena kwakhona ke elinye iphoyisa lalihamba nawe.
Angihamba ngedwa.
I was alone.
When you were proceeding to Johannesburg at the Carlton Center and thereafter to Phosphorus Hostel, did you complete the vehicle register?
Wayigcwalisa i-vehicle register ngenkathi ke uya e-Carlton Center ukusuka lapho ke wase uya e-Phosphorus wayigcwalisa ke i-register.
But once again, we are back to section 203.
Yeah, I mean, it's an offense for a police officer to drive a vehicle without annotating in the motor vehicle register his destination from where to where and annotating the number of kilometers. That's self-incrimination,
Yes.
as we're discussing. So why do you repeat
So you
the
can
very
answer.
thing? Hello?
You can answer the question. You can answer the
No,
question.
but the law says it's not compellable. If he doesn't answer,
At what time of the day did accused number 4 arrive at the hostel? That is Phosphorus Hostel.
Umangalelwa wesine wafika ngobani isikhathi khona lapha e-hostel?
Anginalwazi wafika ngobani isikhathi.
Aye.
Ngambona ngalesikhathi esenginikeza ukhiye kwaze kwakulate. Ukuthi wayefika emini noma wayefika entambama, isikhathi engikhumbula ngaso yilesa nginikeza ngayo ukhiye.
The only time that I can remember is the time that he handed over the key to me. As to whether he arrived early or late at the hostel, I don't have such knowledge with me.
But that cannot be correct because your evidence in chief is that the first time that you saw accused number 4 was when he entered the bedroom with accused number 5.
Actually, ke ukuya ngobufakazi wabuzwa bona okanye owanikeza ngenkathi umshuthe kuze imibuzo wabona umangalelwa wesithathu nomangalelwa wesihlanu bengena kwi-bedroom.
Didn't you say that in your evidence in chief?
Wakusho lokho kwi-evidence in chief yakho.
Ukumbona kwami ngizwe ngathi mhlawumbe angazi noma ngisizwanga kahle sima ukuthi wafika ngobani isikhathi. Shuthi zama ukuthi wafika nini ehostela, ukuthi wayefike nini noma ekhona emini noma engekho emini, angeke ngazi ukuthi wayefike ngobani isikhathi.
If I heard
Ngizama
your question
ukuqinisekisa
clearly,
ukuthi mina ngakwazi ukukhuluma naye ngesikhathi enginikeza ukhiye.
if I heard your question clearly, you asked about the time. As to what time he arrived, whether he arrived early or late, that is something that I cannot confirm. Safe to say that at the time or at the stage that he gave me the key, I was then able to communicate with him.
At the time when he gave you the keys, had he been introduced to you by Gwaben?
Ngenkathi kunikeza ikey obese seke introduce kuwe uGabeni.
Ibisiphelile yonke uma uqala i-introduction beyenziwe emini. Nakhona mayebuya ubuyile wahamba. Akubeke nje ukuthi wawukhohlwa ukhiye mabehamba. Uma ngakutshela nje.
That introduction had taken place in the day already, and then there was stage that he went away and then came back. And let me put it clearly, he forgot the key to wawukhohlwa key.
Ngokubuka kwami ngoba bamfonela sekufuneka ukhiye.
Based on my judgment, he forgot the key because he was then phone called at the time that the key was now needed.
Uma ngibhekile kwangamela unikeze mina ukhiye kwakumela ushiye kuGwabini.
Now, how I observed it, he wasn't supposed to have given me the key. He was supposed to have given it to Gwabeni.
Maybe let me ask the question the other way around. When Gwabeni introduced accused number 4 to you, where was accused number 4 in Gwabeni?
Ngenkathi uGwabeni ke introduce ummangalelo wesine kuwena, babe kuphi? Sengisho ukuthi ke uGwabeni naye ummangalelo wesine.
Sase hostel.
We were at the hostel.
Where exactly at the hostel?
Kuphi kahle kahle ehostel? Kuyiphi indawo ngaphakathi ehostel okanye ehostel?
Ngicabanga ngaphakathi yonke introduction yayenzelwe ngaphakathi la ku-open space. Umuntu engangamazi mayefikile lapho ngangembona lapho sasidibana naye lapho.
Now, I think inside of the hostel, in an open space, whoever that had come there, which I didn't know, they were also there in that open space in the hostel.
Did that introduction took place at the time when you arrived, or it took place later?
Leyo introduction yenzeka nini ngenkathi ufika okanye emva kwesikhathi usufikile?
Babunquma la ngeke ngithi lo bam introduce maybe ngo4 noma ngo5 noma ngo1.
Babungumano, I cannot say that this one in particular was introduced at 4 and that one at 5 or at 1 o'clock.
At the bedroom, that is the bedroom of Gwabeni where you had kept your bag, was that bedroom locked?
Bedroom ka Gwabeni la uye wabeka ibag yakho khona iyayivale okanye yayikhiyiwe. Yes, it was locked. It was locked by the owner of that bedroom.
You also mentioned that in your evidence in chief that there was a meeting in the bedroom. Who was there in the bedroom?
Utheke kwakhona ke umhlangano wakhona khona lapho kulelo gumbi lokulala. Kwakhona bani nobani ngakulelo gumbi lokulala.
Uma befika kwafika accused number 1, number 2, number 3. Sathi ngisakhuluma.
Upon arrival, it was accused number 1, 2, and 3 that had arrived.
Kwabe sekufika emva kalokho ngisakhuluma ngoba ngiyakhumbula ukuthi ngesikhathi ngikhuluma kwangena accused number 5 ihamba no accused number 4.
Now, as I was busy talking, then accused number 4 and 5, they were in each other's company. They then arrived.
You told this court that you were asked to leave.
Yebo.
That is correct.
How long did the meeting last, approximately?
Leyo
Can you
meeting
estimate?
yathatha isikhathi esingakanani mhlawumbe uma ubekisa?
Ngeke ngize ngikwazi ukuqala isikhathi kodwa ngeke ithi yathatha isikhathi eside ngoba babe baphuma.
I cannot estimate the time because they then walked out. There was a stage where they would just walked out.
At the time when there was a meeting in the bedroom, was the door closed or open?
Ngenkathi kune meeting
The
kuleyo
door of the
bedroom,
bedroom.
ngabe isicabha salelo gumbi sasivaliwe noma sasivuliwe?
Ngeke ngokuqinisekise ngoba ngaphuma ebedroom ukuthi basilokhile umnyango noma bawuvalile abangawulokha ngeke ngikwazi ngoba ngangaboni okwenzeka emuva.
I cannot confirm that because I had already exited that bedroom. Whether the bedroom door was closed or locked or it was just closed without locking, that I cannot confirm because I had already left.
So you exited the house completely,
Waphuma endlini yonke kusho ukuthi
or you remained in the kitchen?
Ngaphuma
Okanye wahlala,
ebedroom
waphuma-
ngangena ngaya main hall.
I exited the bedroom and went to the main hall.
You stood at the main door.
main hall,
or main hall.
exited the bedroom, and then went to the main hall.
So you cannot say whether the bedroom door was closed or it was open.
Ushuthi ke awukwazi ukusho ukuthi lo mnyango ke okanye leso sicapha sasivaliwe okanye sasivuliwe.
Ngeke ngikwazi ukukhulumela ukuthi bayasilokha kodwa ngiyakhumbula ukuthi mangiphuma uma afika wayiyongena yena.
I cannot confirm whether the door was locked. But Mafika,
Case number 2.
Mafika, that is what I remember. Mafika came in and then walked into that bedroom, and I'm referring to accused number 2.
Could you hear what they were talking about?
Ubukwazi ukuzwa ukuthi babekhuluma ngani?
Njengoba babecele uxolo ngangikwazi ukuthi bakhuluma ngani.
As they had apologized, I cannot tell what I couldn't hear what they were talking about.
I mean, from where you were standing, could you hear what they were talking about? Or you could not?
Ubukwazi ukuzwa ukuthi bebekhuluma ngani?
Ngangafuni ukuzwa ukuthi bakhuluma ngani, ngangamanga eminyango ngalaleli ukuthi bakhuluma ngani. Babengicelile ukuthi ngiphume ngabe sengenze njalo.
I did not want to hear what they were talking about because they have asked me to leave, and I did so. So I didn't go to the door to go and eavesdrop to hear what they were talking about.
Did you see any cell phone there before you exited the bedroom?
Ngabe khona i-cellphone etizokwe wayibona ngoba uphume kuleyo bedroom?
Ngiyibona kuphi phansi mhlambe?
Where about, perhaps on the floor or where?
No, in the bedroom, did you see any cell
Nje
phone?
kuleyo bedroom. Ngabe khona i-cellphone owayibona?
Anginalwazi le-cellphone.
I don't have any knowledge of the cell phone.
Do you know whether in the bedroom, if any of the accused were in possession of cell phones?
Ngabe uyakwazi lokho ukuthi khona lapha ngakule bedroom omnye abamangalelo kanye wayekhona umuntu kulabo mangalelo ayephethe i-cellphone kuyena?
Ngeke ngibe nolwazi lwakho ngibaseshanga.
I wouldn't have a knowledge to that effect because I didn't search them.
I'm instructed by the accused that he was not at the hostel on the 26th of October, 2014.
Mangalelo usho njalo ke. Mangalelo wesine ukuthi yena bekengekho ehostel nge-26 ka-October 2014.
Mina kodwa ngambona wanginikeza futhi ukhiye wemoto.
I personally saw him. Further, he gave me the key to the vehicle.
I'm further instructed by the accused that at no stage on the 24th of October 2014 at the hostel, that is Hostel's hostel, entered the bedroom of Gwabeni in the company of accused number 5.
Uthi ke asikho isikhathi noma isigaba
On the 26th of October 2014 in the company of accused number 5.
2014 ehamba naye ummangalelwa wesihlanu usho njalo ke ummangalelwa wesine.
Amanga naye wayekhona ngoba nakho akwazi ukunginikeza ukhiye.
That's a lie. He was there because there he was able to give me the keys.
I'm further instructed by accused number 4, Mr. Mapisa, that at no stage on the 26th of October 2014, he was in the company of accused number 1, 2, 3, and 5 at Hostel's hostel. It is a lie.
Asikho ke isikhathi nge-26 ka-October 2014 la wayithola khona ke esehamba nommangalelwa wokuqala wesibili wesithathu nowesihlanu khona lapha ne-Hostel.
Uma ukuthi amanga lawo ngizwe kwesinye isithombe atomkhombisa sona umtshengisa ukuthi uye lapha nge-26 accused number 3 angazi ukuthi
If he says that that is a lie, there is a photograph that you referred me to, and that photograph has to do with the 26th of October 2014, where accused number 4 together with accused number 3 are depicted in that picture, and that picture I'm talking about is 47.
I was referring to the hostel. It denies being in the company of accused number 3. In fact, accused number 1, 2, 3, and 5.
bengikhuluma nge-hostel
at Hostel, Hostel,
uyakuphika lokho
where you say you met them.
uyakuphika lokho ke ukuthi uke wayithola ke enommangalelo wokuqala wesibini wesithathu nowesihlanu khona laphana e-hostel ukuthi lokho uyakuphika nge-26 October
ehostel ayistradini
at the hostel, not at the street.
At a hostel.
E-hostel.
ehostel awafika wakunikeza ukhiye mina mayiqeda ukungena bahamba emva kokuphela kwe-event bahamba ngephutha wahamba nalo ukhiye ngoba kwazi wafonela uzabuya azowuletha.
At the hostel, he gave me the key. Personally, he gave me the key. After the event, they left. They left because he was then later on phone called because it appeared that he had left with a key. And then they came back and brought the key.
I just want to go to your statement, the statement that you made approximately 9 years later, on the 31st of May 2023. There's a paragraph that is of interest. May the court bear with me, my lord. I'm just going through this paragraph. Yes, my lord, it is on page 1, 2, 3, paragraph 7 of the witness's statement. Paragraph 7 of your statement, the statement that you made on the 31st of May 2023 at 1300 hours, reads as follows, and I quote, "After a few minutes, Mokgoatlheng Mapisa came and gave me back the vehicle key. He apologized and left. I still do not know when, how, and why was my key taken out of my bag. I left with Mozi, Mtogo, and the other guy I do not know."
Uyakubona lokho ke
Bona
paragraph
kahle.
7
Ja.
ethi ngizoyifundela abo accused ukuba bakwazi ukuzwa ukuthi emva kwemizuzu embalwa Mokgoatlheng Mapisa wase ke uyeza wanginikeza ke ikey wayiphindisela kimi futhi wase ke uyaxolisa emva kwalokho ke wase uyahamba angazi ke ukuthi lokho kwenzeka nini noma kanjani nokuthi sizathu kwaba yisiphi sokuthi ke kuthathwe ke ikey zami zikhishwe khona laphana ebhekini emva kwalokho ke ngahamba nomuzi nomthoko nalo omunye umlisa engamazi. Uyakubona lokho?
Yebo.
Yes, I can see that.
I dropped off Mozi along the road just outside Gwabeni's place, and not far from where I dropped off Mozi, the other guy alighted. I dropped off Mtogo at Engine fuel station, Modern Fontaine. I then went home. Close quotation.
Ngase ngihlisa loyana ke umuzi khona laphana endleleni okanye emgaqweni ngaphandle nje komuzi okanye endaweni la hlala khona ke uGwabeni kwakungekude ke ukuqhamuka nala ke ngehlise khona umuzi khona ngase ngehlisa naloya ke omunye umlisa okanye loya umlisa ke wase naye ke uyaphuma emotweni ngehlisa ke umthoko khona laphana engine fuel station ese Modern Fontaine emva kwalokho ke ngase ngiyahamba ngekhaya.
The Mokgoatlheng Mapisa that you referred to in paragraph 7, is it accused number 4 before court?
Mokgoatlheng Mapisa okhuluma ngaye lana ku paragraph 7 ngabe ummangalelo wesine khona la enkantolo?
Yebo.
Yes.
Was that the name that he was introduced to you by Gwaben?
Ngabe ilona gama ke owamthola kuwena uGwabeni
Igama engilaziyo shuthi ngilithathe kuye, ngalizwa kuye.
owalizwa kubani uGwabeni? This is the name that I took from Gwabeni. Yes.
Just to refresh on this, you said you did not know accused number 4 before the 26th of October 2014. It was the first time that you met him when he was introduced to you by Gwabeni.
Uthi ke ubungamazi ummangalelwa wesine phambi kwe-26 ka-October 2014 waqala ukumazi ngenkathi ke uGwabeni kuba uyena ke ozomthula kwena.
Ngimazi kahle ngalelo lelanga nge-26 ngoba bese ngikhulile.
Yes, I knew him clearly on the 26th of October. That is on that day, yes.
When accused number 4 returned the keys to you, did he tell you where he got the keys from? The car keys from?
Akangitshelanga.
Ese ebuyisa ke ikey kuwena watshela ukuthi wayithatha kuphi ke lezi key.
Akangitshelanga kodwa wafika kimi wabonga wase yahamba.
He did not wabonga.
Yebo, waphaphata.
He did not really tell me where he got the keys from. He just came to me and just waphaphata. Wenzani uphaphata ke futhi? Waxolisa.
Should nangifika nginear something wayitshengisa ukubonga.
Your Lordship, I was just trying to understand Papat, whether it was to apologize or to be grateful. But he just sort of slapped his hand like that.
Did you ask him where he got them from? These were not just ordinary keys. They were the keys belonging to the state vehicle. Did you ask him?
Kwangenasidingo ngithiwa isebongile waxolisa.
There was no need. He apologized and also showed his gratefulness, or perhaps, yeah, he apologized.
Yes,
so there was no need.
Yes, I do understand that, but you have been looking for these keys. Some people were found to locate the keys, and all of a sudden, accused number 4 appears. He apologized for having taken the keys. Did you ask him where he had taken the car keys from?
Wambuza yini ukuthi lezi keys emoto wayithatha kuphi uyithole kuphi kwaphela ke kwasekukhona nabantu abafonelwa kanti ke egcineni nangomangalelo uyeza uletha lezo ikey kuwena azange umbuzo ukuthi uyithathephi uyithole kuphi lezi ikey.
Kwangenasidingo sokuthi ngibuze yena ngoba wayesengitshelile ukuthi uGwabeni bafonele ukuthi ezenokey. Ngangeke mayifika ngoba ngangazi ukuthi beza nawo mayifika nokey enginikeza kwakuclean ukuthi uthathile mhlawumbe lokey osebenzisa la usebenzise khona engenalwazi la khona kodwa ngoba ubuyisile wanika wona ngase ngihamba ngase ngitshele vele Gwabeni ukuthi ngiyahamba ngifuna ukuhamba.
There was no need because Gwabeni had already called him to say that he should bring the keys, and he took the keys and he went wherever or used it wherever he wanted to use the key, but eventually he brought the key and I took the key and I said, now I have to go.
How did he arrive there on his return? Did he arrive on foot or he was traveling in a motor vehicle?
Wafika kanjani mase kafika ke bekehamba ngeenyawo ke ubehamba ngemoto?
Angifuni ukumsukela ngicabangele ngoba ngangaphakathi ehostel angangekho ngaphandle. Ungena ehostel wangena nje ubengena ehostel endlini. So ukuthi ngayoyisuka kuphi ihambe ngemonto ngeke ngize ngimkhulumele kulokho anginalwazi thwa ikuphi kodwa ngiyazi thwa iqhelile.
Well, I would not want to estimate or perhaps guess as to where he was. I know that he was away or he was far away, but I cannot then speak on his behalf as to whether he used a vehicle or he walked, because I was inside of the hostel during the time of his arrival.
Is it also correct that you told this court that you also inspected the bag to check if the firearm, the state firearm, was there?
Ngakuyiqiniso ke ukuthi uye wasearcha ke le bag yakho ke uqinisekisa ke ukuthi isibhamu somsebenzi sisekhona ngakuleyo bag.
Cha angididekile ngoba lo ngithe isibhamu ngasithatha kuGwabeni wanginikeza ngaphakathi then angasihosta kimi angisifaka ngebhegini.
I am not confused about that. I said that the firearm, I took it from Gwabeni, he gave it to me, and then I holstered in my possession.
The vehicle keys remain in the bag.
Keys emoto izona ke zasala ngasebhegini.
Ngangazi ukuthi isebhegini.
Ubungazi.
Bengazi ukuthi isebhegini.
Uwazi lo. I knew that they were inside of the bag.
Where was this bag?
Ibekuphi le bag?
ibiserumini likaGwabeni.
It was inside of Kwabeni's room.
I'm instructed by accused number 4, Mr. Mapisa, that he's going to deny your evidence, this piece of evidence, that later he returned to you, to where you were, at First Laura's hostel, and apologize for having left with the keys. He was not there at all on the 26th of October 2014.
Uthi uzophika ke ilokho angitshele khona ke ubaba Mapisa uthi ngikutshela ukuthi uzophika lokho ukuthi yena ke waphinda khona lapha na ehostel wazokunikeza ikey. Uthi yena waphinde ke waxolisa uma efika kuwe eseletha ikey. Uthi yena bekengekho lapha ehostel nge-26 October 2014.
Wayekhona.
He was there.
The person that you make reference to as Mtogo, is it in that paragraph, that is paragraph 7 of your statement, is that the brother you referred to as the brother of accused number 4?
Ngabe lo muntu okhuluma ngaye lana othi umthoko oqhamuka ovelela khona la kule paragraph 7 uyena lo mthoko othi umfokabo Mangalelwa wesini?
Uye bengikhuluma ngaye ngizwe ngayo ukuthi akusiyena umfowabo kaMangalelwa.
That is the very person that I was referring to. I heard it from him that he is not from Ban.
Yena ubaba advocate.
Or I actually heard it from you that he wasn't the brother to accused number 4. But that is the person that I was referring to.
My Lord, for purposes of my cross-examination, I wish also to go through the statement at length. That is the statement of this witness.
Yeah.
I see it is 3 in the afternoon. We are only left with 5 minutes. I'll request that the matter be rolled over until tomorrow for further cross-examination. Thank you.
Mr. Mapisa, I mean, Baloi.
There was a photo referred to by counsel for accused number 3, which is on page 91, depicting the red vehicle. Just before we adjourn, can we also hand it up as part of Exhibit S?
Okay, the court will adjourn until tomorrow 10.
Sasa masibuya, remember it's